All right, welcome to the essay for today. And I'd like to talk about one of my heroes, Mahatma Gandhi. There are lives that rise from the soil of a nation the way an ancient tree rises from the earth, rooted, patient, shaped by centuries of wind and prayer. Gandhi lived such a life. His strength did not come from armies or wealth or machinery of governments. It came from the deep taproot of India's spiritual tradition. The old insistence that truth is not merely something to believe, but something to embody. Gandhi understood that truth. When lived sincerely, this kind of truth can radiate a force that cannot be manufactured or faked. It is the quiet power of a life aligned with its own conscience. And when I reflect on his example, I see something essential about the human condition, something we often forget in our hurried, distracted age. A life without roots, without depth, without a guiding center becomes a superficial one. It drifts, it reacts, it survives, perhaps it does not grow. We like to imagine that seeing the good is enough, but once we know what is right, we will naturally do it. But Gandhi, and every honest person who has ever looked inward, knew better. Knowledge alone does not save us. Even when we clearly see the right path, something in us trembles or hesitates or rebels. We betray the light in us, not because we are evil, but because we are unfinished. According to the Hindu understanding, we are only partly human in our present state. The lower part of us is still animal, driven by impulse, fear, hunger, pride, and the old instinct to strike before we are struck. Anyone who has ever lost their temper or acted out of jealousy or spoken a harsh word they later regretted knows this truth very intimately. We are creatures of two natures, and the battle between them is the story of our lives. But here's the part that maybe moves me the most. The higher nature in us is not awakened by force. But what Gandhi said was that the higher force in us is awakened by love. Only love can tame the animal in us. Only love can soften the impulses that drag us downward. Only love can teach us to pause, to breathe, to choose the better path, even when the worse one is the easier. Love is not weakness. It is the great civilizing force of the human heart. It is the power that turns instinct into compassion, reaction into reflection, and fear into courage. And the kind that Gandhi spoke of is one of love's purest expressions. To look someone in the eye without deception, without agenda, without armor, is to say, I see you, I recognize your humanity, I offer you mine in return. That moment of truth can disarm anger and can remind both people that they are more than their impulses. So when I look at my own life, I see the truth of this again and again and again. Every time I have grown, it was because love, either given or received, pulled me upward somehow. Every time I've chosen the higher road, it was something in me that I remembered, and I am meant for more than survival. I'm meant for meaning, for integrity, for the patient work of becoming fully human. So Mahatma Gandhi had a lot to teach us, and really what he stood for is a life devoted to both truth and love. Feel free to comment on the comment section below, and I hope you are enjoying the essays. I'm finding that the number of essays is almost infinite, that there's so many interesting things to talk about. So let me know what you think of the essays.